Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Okay, look at Jada's expression there. This is going to become important in a second. By the way, look, just for a second, look at the body language between these two, okay? Will, look, he's crossed towards Jada. You see? Open body language, happy, Jada. Her face turned away from Will. Her shoulders are facing towards him, yes. But look at her legs. She's crossed away from Will. But more importantly, she didn't like the joke, of course. Look at her expression. She's upset because the reference is she's G.I. Jane. She's a bald-headed woman, and he's making fun of her lack of femininity, which Will finds funny. But now, let's see what happens.
That was a nice one. Okay.
So, Chris Rock patting himself on the back. Of course, the Academy wrote these awards. There's just, well, they wrote these awards, of course, but they also wrote the script that Chris was supposed to say. And he said it, and he found it funny. Okay, so Chris is like, that was a funny joke.
I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard.
Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, look, total stage slap. Yes, I believe this was not a real slap, but let's play it again. Let's play it again. Okay, so watch the body language. He's not slapping for power. He's not trying to hurt the guy. And look, he's leaning in. He's expecting to be slapped, so he knows. So again, I think this is scripted here. Okay, watch. Okay, and not only this, nobody goes to stop him. Nobody goes to stop him. Okay, so he walks up, he slaps him.
Wow!
And look at that expression. He's laughing, and he's laughing too. So they're both in on it. Okay, now I'm going to explain why I think so in a second.
Will Smith just smacked the out of me.
All right. So anyway, wait. Let me leave it on this freeze frame because yeah, here. Okay. So both of them are smiling. He looks a little bit like dazed, but anyway, let me explain why I believe that all of this happened. Okay. So, actually, no. We're going to go back to here for the freeze frame because this describes Will and Jada's relationship perfectly. Okay? Contempt and trying to be happy but sort of hiding it behind a facade of being miserable. Okay. So, Will and Jada's relationship, you can describe it as contempt. It is sheer contempt and disrespect. Okay? So, Will is being disrespected by Jada. Jada actually has cheated on him multiple times. So she has absolutely no respect for her multi-million-dollar husband. And she's a nobody, right? But in comparison, he's literally 100 millionaire and Jada is a nobody. Now, I don't know if you know, but Jada was actually involved with Tupac Shakur. So basically, she's alpha widowed by Tupac. And what that means is that after she was with Tupac, she was so affected by him, she was so ruled by him, so mentally in his frame, that she was never the same after that. And so when Will got her, she was already damaged goods, even though they were together in their early 20s. And so basically Jada always pined for Tupac and always wanted him. And I mean, if they stayed together in the marriage, what would have happened is she would have cheated on him with Tupac repeatedly, right? Or, caused a divorce. But Tupac died, and so that image that Jada had in her mind of this perfect alpha man stayed. And this is the result. So the result is that Will is bitter and angry. And that's what led to the slap. Now, what's interesting is that they don't film Will's face, and I would have loved to have seen Will's face. But anyway, let's go back to this walking up, and you can see he walks up like in a very stage way. He's walking up in a very elegant, classy way. He's not in a fighting stance or an angry posture. And that is very telling of the situation. All right. So, here's why I believe that it's staged. I believe that it's staged because Will feels disrespected by his wife, but he can't do anything because she has such a strong frame over him. And so he pays Chris Rock. He pays Chris Rock in order for them to make this career move. So the idea is Will slapping Chris now becomes the narrative. Everybody talks about that instead of talking about how Will's a cuck, right? And Chris Rock is irrelevant. So by him getting slapped, he has lots and lots of people talk about him. And so this is a career move for Chris. He becomes much more popular after, and especially his reaction afterwards, where he's, very calm and composed. It makes him look really good, and he'll probably get hired for another movie or something after. So it's a planned career move. Will is doing it to change the narrative, and Chris is doing it in order to become relevant again. But also, the reason why Will wants to do this slap is because he's bitter, jaded, and angry, and he needs to take his anger out on someone. And the slap that he meant for Jada, he actually gives to Chris, who I believe he paid to do this. Okay? So, but we must remember that the internet never forgets. So we all know what Will's past is. Just look at the Red Table Talks. Will is a cuckold. His wife has slept with multiple men that are not him in other inside of the marriage. Look up August Alsina if you don't believe me. So that's the situation, and this, you can't hide from that, Will. Sorry. And no slap is going to fix your reputation. Sorry. This might affect the average person, but the average thinking person's opinion of you has not changed. Sorry, Will. You are a cuckold. You are weak, and you should have controlled your wife, because now she controls you and you're the laughing stock of the world. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/heliosyoutube. Rumble, bit.ly/heliosrumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/heliospodcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/heliosdonations and buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Thank you so much for all of your support.